Close your eyes for a moment and consider this. You are lying on a small rock orbiting an average star inside one of 2 trillion galaxies in a universe so vast that light itself cannot cross it in any meaningful human lifetime. Tonight, we explore 100 facts about that universe, facts that will make you feel small and somehow strangely at peace. Take a breath. Let's begin. Fact 1. 95% of the universe is made of things we have never seen, touched, or detected directly. Dark energy, dark matter. Everything you have ever known, every person, every mountain, every star you can see at night makes up just 5% of what exists. The rest is invisible, and it surrounds you right now. Fact 2. There are more stars in the observable universe than grains of sand on every beach and desert on Earth, combined, and then multiplied by 10. Pause on that for a moment. Fact 3. The universe we can observe stretches 93 billion light-years across, but that is only the part from which light has had time to reach us. The real universe may be infinite. We are looking through a small window. Fact 4. Somewhere in the universe there is something called the Great Attractor, an invisible mass equivalent to millions of galaxies pulling our entire region of the cosmos toward it, slowly, silently, and we do not know what it is. Fact 5. Empty space is not truly empty. At the quantum level, it bubbles constantly with particles that appear and vanish in fractions of a second. The void itself is alive with energy. Fact 6. There is a region of space called the Botez Void, a bubble 330 million light-years across, containing almost nothing. No galaxies, no stars, just silence. Astronomers have no explanation for why it exists. Fact 7. When you look at the night sky, you are not seeing the present, the light from the nearest star left 4.2 years ago. The light from the Andromeda galaxy left 2.5 million years ago. To look up is to look back in time. Fact 8. The universe is threaded with enormous filaments of matter connecting galaxies like neurons in a brain. Scientists have formally studied this comparison. The structural similarity between the cosmic web and the human brain is not metaphor, it is mathematics. Fact 9. If the universe is infinite, then somewhere, at an almost incomprehensible distance, there is a perfect copy of you. Same memories, same room, same moment. This is not science fiction. It is a direct consequence of infinite space and finite combinations of matter. Fact 10. Some galaxies are moving away from us faster than the speed of light. Not because they are traveling through space quickly, but because space itself is expanding between us. We will never reach them. We will never know what happens to them. They are already beyond us forever. Fact 11. The echo of the Big Bang still exists. It fills the entire universe as a faint glow of microwave radiation. And in the old days of analog television, when the screen showed static between channels, roughly 1% of that noise was the leftover energy from the birth of everything, the beginning of time, playing silently in living rooms around the world. Fact 12. In 1977, a radio telescope detected a signal from deep space. It lasted 72 seconds. It has never been detected again. It has never been explained. Astronomers called it the wow signal. It remains one of the greatest mysteries in the history of science. Fact 13. Traveling at the speed of light, it would take you 100,000 years to cross our galaxy from one side to the other. Our galaxy, 1 of 2 trillion. Fact 14. Before 2016, astronomers believed the universe contained around 200 billion galaxies. Then the Hubble Space Telescope revised its calculations. The real number is closer to 2 trillion. We had been undercounting by a factor of 10. Fact 15. There is a galaxy called IC 1101. If it were placed where the Milky Way sits, it would swallow our entire local group of galaxies and still have room. It stretches 6 million light years across. Our galaxy, by comparison, is 100,000. Fact 16. The universe has a temperature. It is minus 270.45 degrees Celsius, just 2.7 degrees above absolute zero. That is the cold that surrounds everything, always in the deep spaces between stars. Fact 17. In 2021, astronomers discovered a chain of galaxies 3.3 billion light years long. They called it the Great Arc. According to our best models of how the universe works, it should not exist. It is too large. And yet, there it is. Fact 18. The universe is not expanding outward from a single point like an explosion. It is expanding everywhere, simultaneously, in all directions at once. Every point in space is moving away from every other point. There is no center. There is no edge. You are as much the center of the universe as anywhere else. Fact 19. Dark matter passes through your body right now. Thousands of particles per second flowing through you like you are not there. You cannot feel it. You cannot stop it. It does not know you exist. Fact 20. Some physicists believe that if the universe ever collapses back on itself in what they call the Big Crunch, time itself may reverse. The laws of physics, they suggest, are symmetric in time. What began could end by unbeginning. And now we turn to the stars themselves. Fact 21. There is a star called R136A1. It has 315 times the mass of our Sun. According to everything we understand about how stars form, it should not exist. Our models say a star that large cannot be born, and yet it burns 460,000 times brighter than our Sun, in defiance of our understanding. Fact 22. Neutron stars are so dense that a single teaspoon of their material would weigh 1 billion tons on Earth, more than Mount Everest, compressed into a space smaller than a city. Fact 23. Every second our Sun converts 4 million tons of its own mass into pure energy. It has been doing this for 4.6 billion years, and it has enough fuel to continue for another 5 billion more. Fact 24. There may exist a type of star even denser than a neutron star, made entirely of quarks. Theoretically possible, never fully confirmed. Some candidates have been observed. We are not yet sure what we are looking at. Fact 25. One of the oldest stars ever discovered appears to be 13.8 billion years old, nearly as old as the universe itself. For a time, measurements suggested it might actually be older than the universe, a paradox that kept astronomers awake for years until better data refined the numbers. Some mysteries resolve, some do not. Fact 26. When a massive star dies in a supernova, it releases more energy in a few seconds than our Sun will produce across its entire 10 billion year life. For a brief moment, a single dying star outshines an entire galaxy. Fact 27. Magnetars are neutron stars with the most powerful magnetic fields in the known universe. If one were positioned where our moon sits tonight, it would erase every credit card, every hard drive, and every electronic device on Earth from 240,000 miles away. Fact 28. The color of a star tells you its temperature. Blue stars burn at 50,000 degrees, red stars at 3,000. Our Sun, yellow-white, sits comfortably in between. The night sky is not just beautiful, it is a temperature map of the cosmos. Fact 29. Pulsars, rapidly rotating neutron stars, emit beams of radiation with such perfect regularity that astronomers initially used them as cosmic clocks. They are more precise than the best atomic clocks humans have ever built. Fact 30. There is a star called KIC 84622852, also known as Tabby's star. It dims in patterns that no known natural phenomenon can fully explain. For years, the leading candidates included everything from dust clouds to megastructures built by an advanced civilization. The mystery has not been fully resolved. We are still watching it. Fact 31. Our Sun is a third-generation star. It formed from the remains of stars that lived and died before it. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen in your lungs, all of it was forged inside a star that no longer exists. You are not just made of the universe, you are made of its history. Fact 32. Some binary stars orbit so close to each other that they physically touch. Slowly, over millions of years, they spiral inward and merge, releasing an explosion called a kilonova, briefly outshining entire galaxies and forging gold and platinum in the process. Your jewelry may have been born in a stellar collision. Fact 33. Betelgeuse, the red star in the shoulder of Orion, is nearing the end of its life. When it explodes, and it will somewhere between tomorrow and 100,000 years from now, it will be visible in daylight from Earth for several weeks. A second sun in the sky. Fact 34. Some stars are ejected from their galaxies entirely by the gravitational slingshot of a central black hole. These hypervelocity stars travel alone through intergalactic space at millions of kilometers per hour, with no galaxy to call home. Fact 35. When a star like our Sun dies, it will leave behind a white dwarf, a crystallized remnant of carbon under unimaginable pressure, essentially a diamond the size of the Earth, floating silently in space for trillions of years. Fact 36. Stars are not perfectly round. Many rotate so quickly that they bulge at their equators and flatten at their poles. Some have equators 50% wider than their poles. The cosmos is rarely as neat as our diagrams suggest. Fact 37. The universe will continue producing stars for approximately 100 trillion years. After that, the last stars will cool and fade, and the universe will enter an era of permanent darkness, populated only by black holes slowly evaporating in a silence that lasts longer than anything we can meaningfully imagine. Fact 38. There is a star system called TRAPPIST-1, 1400 light-years away. It has 7 planets. 3 of them sit in the habitable zone, the distance where liquid water can exist. 3 potential worlds orbiting a single dim star, waiting in the dark. Fact 39. The smallest stars in the universe, red dwarfs, can live for 10 trillion years. The universe is not yet old enough for a single one to have died. Every red dwarf that has ever formed is still burning. Fact 40. At the center of our galaxy, something invisible holds millions of stars in impossible orbits. In 2022, for the first time, we photographed it. A black hole 4 million times the mass of our Sun, sitting at the heart of the Milky Way, 47 light-years across. We finally saw the thing that holds our galaxy together. We are halfway through our journey tonight. Take a slow breath. Let your body sink a little deeper. The universe is still here, and so are you. The universe is patient. It has been here for almost 14 billion years, and it will be here long after the last human thought fades into silence. Let us continue. Fact 41. Time moves slower near a black hole. If you could orbit one closely for a single hour, thousands of years might pass on Earth by the time you returned. This is not theory. The GPS satellites orbiting our planet must correct for this effect every single day, or your maps would drift by kilometers. Gravity bends time, and we have learned to account for it. Fact 42. No one knows what exists inside a black hole. At the central point, the singularity, the equations of Einstein simply stop working. They return infinite values. Mathematics itself breaks down. Whatever is there exists beyond the reach of our current understanding of reality. Fact 43. Some black holes are so large that their average interior density is less than that of water. If you crossed the event horizon of one of these giants, you would feel nothing unusual in that moment. No heat, no pressure. Just the quiet realization that you could never leave. Fact 44. There is a black hole called TON 618. Its mass is 66 billion times that of our Sun. Its event horizon, the point of no return, is wider than the distance between our Sun and Pluto. It sits at the center of a galaxy 11 billion light-years away, and it is still one of the largest things we have ever found. Fact 45. Stephen Hawking calculated that black holes slowly evaporate over time, leaking energy in what is now called Hawking radiation. A black hole the mass of our Sun would take 10 to the power of 67 years to fully disappear. That is longer than the current age of the universe by an almost incomprehensible margin. Fact 46. Black holes do not consume everything around them. They have normal gravity for their mass. If our Sun were replaced by a black hole of equal mass tomorrow, Earth would continue orbiting exactly as it does today. The darkness itself would not pull us in. We would simply lose the light. Fact 47. When two black holes collide, they send ripples through the fabric of space and time itself. These gravitational waves reach Earth as a distortion smaller than 1,000th the diameter of a single proton. In 2015, we detected one for the first time. We felt the universe shiver. Fact 48. Some black holes in the early universe grew to billions of solar masses within the first billion years after the Big Bang. According to our models of how black holes grow, this should have been impossible. They are too large, too soon, and we do not yet know how they got there. Fact 49. If you fell into a stellar black hole, the difference in gravitational pull between your head and your feet would stretch you like a thread of silk. Astronomers call this process spaghettification. It is, in every sense, exactly what it sounds like. Fact 50. Some physicists propose that every black hole gives birth to a new universe inside it. A singularity does not destroy information. It creates a new cosmos on the other side. If this is true, our universe may exist inside a black hole belonging to another universe entirely, and the black holes in our universe may each contain worlds of their own. Fact 51. Blazars are black holes aimed directly at Earth, firing jets of pure energy toward us at nearly the speed of light. We are at this moment in the crosshairs of some of the most violent events in the universe. Fortunately, they are very, very far away. Fact 52. In 2019, humanity photographed a black hole for the first time. To do it, scientists synchronized radio telescopes across the entire planet, effectively creating a telescope the size of the Earth. The image they captured, a glowing ring of light around perfect darkness, traveled 55 million light years to reach us. Fact 53. There is a paradox in physics that remains unsolved. Quantum mechanics says information cannot be destroyed, but when matter falls into a black hole, it appears to vanish completely. Hawking, Susskind, and others debated this for decades. It is called the information paradox, and it remains open. Some questions outlive the people who ask them. Fact 54. Black holes rotate. Some spin at nearly the speed of light, and as they spin, they drag the fabric of space-time around with them, like a spoon stirring thick honey. Space itself rotates around them. Fact 55. Some physicists believe the event horizon of a black hole is not an invisible boundary you could cross unnoticed. They propose it is a wall of fire, an intense concentration of high-energy radiation that would instantly incinerate anything that touched it. This is called the firewall paradox. It directly contradicts what general relativity predicts. Both cannot be fully right. Physics is still arguing with itself. Fact 56. At the quantum scale, tiny black holes may be forming and evaporating all around you constantly in the fabric of space itself. Too small to detect, too brief to observe, the vacuum of space may be far more turbulent than it appears. Fact 57. There is a galaxy called NGC 1277. Its central black hole makes up 59% of the total mass of its galactic core. In our own galaxy, the central black hole represents a tiny fraction of 1%. NGC 1277 is something we have never seen before and cannot yet explain. Fact 58. When matter spirals into a black hole, it forms a glowing disk of superheated gas called an accretion disk. These disks can outshine entire galaxies. When a black hole is actively consuming matter and blazing with this light, we call it a quasar. Quasars are the brightest objects in the universe. Fact 59. Some black holes are completely dormant, no disk, no glow, just invisible mass sitting in silence at the center of a galaxy, waiting. They only wake when something comes close enough to fall in. Our own galactic black hole is currently sleeping, for now. Fact 60. There is a theory called cosmic holography. It suggests that all the information describing what falls into a black hole is encoded on its two-dimensional surface, like a shadow of a three-dimensional reality. Some physicists extend this further, proposing that our entire universe may be a holographic projection of information stored on a distant boundary. Everything you see may be a kind of shadow. We move now from the darkness of black holes to the strange beauty of worlds unlike anything you have ever stood on. Fact 61. There is a planet called 55 Cancri A, where molten rock rains from the sky and the oceans are made of lava. Deep beneath the surface, carbon exists under such extreme pressure that it has crystallized into diamond. The planet's crust is diamond. Fact 62. On a planet called WASP-76b, the temperature difference between its day side and night side is so extreme that iron vaporizes in the heat of the day and rains down as liquid metal on the cooler night side. Iron rain, falling from iron clouds every night on a world nothing like our own. Fact 63. There is a planet where the clouds are made of corundum, the mineral that forms rubies and sapphires on Earth. The wind carries jewels. The storms are made of gemstones. It is called HATP-7b, and it is beautiful in a way that would kill you instantly. Fact 64. HD18973-3b is a deep blue planet, superficially similar in color to Earth from space, but its winds reach 8,700 kilometers per hour, and it rains glass, silicate particles moving horizontally at supersonic speeds. It is perhaps the most hostile world we have found, that resembles home from a distance. Fact 65. Io, a moon of Jupiter, is the most geologically active body in the solar system. It has over 400 active volcanoes. Some of its eruptions send material 500 kilometers into space. It is a world that never stops burning. Fact 66. Europa, another moon of Jupiter, hides a liquid water ocean beneath its frozen surface. That ocean contains more water than all of Earth's oceans combined. It has been liquid for billions of years. It has a source of heat. It has the basic chemistry of life. Of all the places in our solar system, Europa is where many scientists look first. Fact 67. Enceladus, a small moon of Saturn, has active geysers that spray water directly into space. When the Cassini spacecraft flew through those plumes, it found complex organic molecules, the building blocks of life, drifting in the frozen mist of a moon 250,000 kilometers from Earth. Fact 68. There is a planet called TRES-2b that reflects less than 1% of the light that hits it. It is darker than coal, darker than black paint. It is the darkest object ever discovered in the universe, and no one is certain why it absorbs so much light. Fact 69. Titan, Saturn's largest moon, has lakes, rivers, and rain. It has a complete weather cycle, but not with water, with liquid methane. It is the only place in the solar system besides Earth with stable liquid on its surface. A world that almost works, like ours, just with a different fluid and a sky the color of burnt orange. Fact 70. There is a planet that completes a full year in 4 hours. Kepler 78b orbits so close to its star that its surface is entirely molten. By the time you finished a long night's sleep, an entire year would have passed on that world. Fact 71. Uranus rotates on its side. Its axial tilt is 98 degrees, nearly perfectly horizontal. This means each of its poles spends 42 years in continuous sunlight, followed by 42 years of complete darkness. An entire human lifetime of night, followed by a lifetime of endless day. Fact 72. There is a planet with 3 suns, HD 131399. AB experiences periods where all 3 of its stars are visible in the sky simultaneously, 3 sunrises overlapping, casting triple shadows across an alien landscape we will likely never visit. Fact 73. The Great Red Spot on Jupiter is a storm that has been raging for at least 350 years. At its largest, 2 Earths could fit inside it, but it has been slowly shrinking for decades. Scientists do not know why. One of the solar system's most iconic features may eventually disappear. Fact 74. When the New Horizons spacecraft reached Pluto in 2015, it found mountains of water ice 3,500 meters tall, plains of frozen nitrogen shaped like a heart, and an atmosphere that freezes solid every 248 years as the planet drifts far from the sun. Pluto is strange and cold and quietly extraordinary. Fact 75. There are planets with no star. Rogue planets drifting through the universe in complete darkness, untethered to any sun. Astronomers estimate there may be more rogue planets in our galaxy than there are stars. Entire worlds, wandering alone in the dark between galaxies, in the cold, in the silence, forever. Fact 76. The moon is slowly leaving us. Every year it drifts 3.8 centimeters farther away. 1 billion years ago it was 3 times larger in the sky. The tides it created would have swallowed continents. Slowly, quietly, our oldest companion is saying goodbye. Fact 77. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. It rotates so slowly that it completes a full orbit around the Sun before it finishes one rotation on its axis, and it spins backwards. On Venus, the Sun rises in the west and sets in the east. Fact 78. 600 light-years away, there is a planet called Kepler 22b. It sits in the habitable zone of its star. It may have liquid water. Its radius is 2.5 times that of Earth. We have been studying it carefully, quietly, for years. We do not know yet what is there. Fact 79. Mars is home to the largest volcano in the solar system. Olympus Mons rises 22 kilometers above the Martian surface. It is so wide that if you stood at its peak, the edges would be beyond the horizon. From the top, It would not feel like a mountain, it would feel like a vast, silent plateau stretching to the end of the world. Fact 80. There is a moon of Saturn called Hyperion, shaped like a sponge. Its density is so low, its interior so full of empty space, that if you could place it on an ocean large enough, it would float. 80 facts. Take a slow breath. Feel the weight of your body against whatever is beneath you. 20. Remain. Fact 81. In the direction of the galactic center, there is an enormous cloud of gas and dust called Sagittarius B2. It contains enough ethyl alcohol to fill 400 trillion bottles. It also contains a molecule responsible for the flavor of raspberries. The universe, in its vast indifference, occasionally smells of fruit. Fact 82. Space has a sound, not through air. Sound cannot travel in a vacuum. But NASA has converted pressure waves moving through plasma into audio frequencies we can hear. The black hole at the center of the Perseus galaxy cluster produces a note, a B flat, 57 octaves below middle C, too low for any human ear. A note that has been playing for billions of years. Fact 83. The largest known structure in the universe is called the Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall. It is a filament of galaxies 10 billion light-years long. According to the standard model of cosmology, a structure this large should not be able to form. The universe was not old enough when it appeared, and yet it spans nearly a tenth of the observable universe. The universe does not always follow our rules. Fact 84. The James Webb Space Telescope is sensitive enough to detect the heat of a bumblebee on the surface of the Moon from Earth. It can analyze the chemical composition of the atmosphere of a planet hundreds of light-years away. It is the most powerful eye humanity has ever opened toward the sky. Fact 85. When a star explodes, its light sometimes bounces off surrounding clouds of dust and gas, arriving at Earth from different angles at different times. We can watch the same explosion replay itself in slow motion for years. An echo, not of sound, but of light. A stellar memory, preserved in the geometry of space. Fact 86. Gravitational waves distort space-time by an amount smaller than 1,000th the diameter of a proton when they reach Earth. To detect them, scientists built instruments that can measure a change in distance equal to 1/10,000th the width of a human hair across a 4-kilometer tunnel. It remains one of the greatest feats of precision in human history. Fact 87. There is a theory called the Big Rip. If dark energy continues accelerating the expansion of the universe, there may come a point, roughly 20 billion years from now, when the expansion tears apart galaxies, then solar systems, then planets, then molecules, then atoms themselves. The universe would end not with cold darkness, but with everything simultaneously coming apart. Fact 88. In 1995, the Hubble Space Telescope pointed at a region of sky that appeared completely empty, a patch of darkness between stars, and held its gaze there for 10 consecutive days. When the image processed, astronomers found 10,000 galaxies in that tiny square, of apparent nothing. The universe hides entire worlds in what looks like empty darkness. Fact 89. Scattered across the cosmos are structures made of gas and dust that glow in the shapes of butterflies, hourglasses, eyes, and flowers. No intelligence designed them. Pure physics, gravity, pressure, stellar winds, and the slow passage of millions of years sculpts them into forms that look almost intentional. The universe makes art without trying. Fact 90. Time passes slightly faster in orbit than on the surface of the Earth because gravity slows time and there is less of it in space. Astronauts on the International Space Station age fractions of a second faster than we do. It is a tiny difference, but it is measurable and it is real. Fact 91. Thousands of galaxies are moving in the same direction towards something beyond the edge of the observable universe, something we cannot see, cannot reach, cannot identify. Astronomers call it the dark flow. Whatever is pulling them exists outside the boundary of everything we can observe. Something is out there, calling the galaxies home. Fact 92. In the year 1054, astronomers in China looked up and saw a star so bright it was visible in full daylight for 23 days. What they were watching was a star dying, a supernova. Today, the remnant of that explosion is called the Crab Nebula. At its center, a pulsar spins 30 times per second, a metronome left behind by a stellar death recorded by human eyes nearly 1,000 years ago. Fact 93. Some physicists calculate that it is statistically more likely we exist inside a simulation than in what we might call base reality. The reasoning is mathematical. An advanced civilization capable of running simulated universes would likely run many, making simulated realities far more numerous than real ones. There are scientists who search the fabric of space-time for evidence of pixelation, for the seams of something rendered. We have not found them yet. Fact 94. Quasars, black holes consuming matter at the centers of distant galaxies, can outshine entire galaxies of hundreds of billions of stars. Some of the quasars we observe today emitted their light when the universe was less than 1 billion years old. We are seeing them as they were in a universe that barely existed, shining with the light of 1 trillion suns. Fact 95. Even in perfect vacuum, the quantum field is never truly at rest. Pairs of particles, matter and antimatter, constantly flicker into existence and annihilate each other in less than 1/trillionth of a second. The empty space around you right now is seething at a scale too small to see, too brief to measure directly, but real enough to affect physical experiments. Stillness, at the deepest level, does not exist. Fact 96. The Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy are on a collision course. In 4.5 billion years, they will merge. But galaxies are mostly empty space. The distance between stars is so vast that very few will actually collide. Our sun may be flung outward into intergalactic space, or it may find a new orbit in the merged galaxy. Either way, the night sky will be transformed beyond recognition. The collision has already begun. We are just too slow to notice. Fact 97. There is a binary black hole system called OJ 287. The larger black hole has 18 billion solar masses. Every 12 years, the smaller one plunges through the accretion disk of the larger, producing a flare of energy visible from Earth across billions of light years. It is one of the most violent recurring events in the known universe, and we have been watching it quietly from our small planet for decades. Fact 98. Given enough time, far more time than the universe has currently existed, all matter may spontaneously decay. Protons themselves are theorized to eventually fall apart. In 10 to the power of 34 years, nothing solid will remain anywhere in the cosmos. No planets, no remnants, no structure of any kind, just energy, dissipating in an expanding darkness. Fact 99. There is a possibility so strange it barely fits into language. If the Higgs field, the quantum field that gives particles their mass, is not in its lowest possible energy state, then somewhere in the universe a bubble of true vacuum could form spontaneously. It would expand outward at the speed of light, rewriting the laws of physics as it moves, with no warning, no signal, no way to know it was coming. Everything it touched would simply become something else. This may never happen. It may already have happened, somewhere far away. We would not know until it arrived. Fact 100. Right now, in this moment, you are bathed in the oldest light in the universe. The cosmic microwave background, radiation left over from when the universe was just 380,000 years old, surrounds you on all sides, always. It has been traveling for nearly 14 billion years, through the formation of stars, through the birth of galaxies, through the entire history of everything that has ever existed, to reach this room, this moment, you. The beginning of time is not somewhere back there, distant and unreachable. It is here, around you, always. 100 facts, one universe, and you, somewhere inside it at the end of a long day on a small blue world, drifting towards sleep. The cosmos will be here when you wake. Good night.